Welcome back, everyone. Okay, let's dive right into this. Today, we're busting the biggest diet culture myth right out of the gate, that pervasive, stubborn idea that all fat is bad. Seriously, it is completely scientifically false. Dietary fats, they are absolutely essential for our bodies to even function. We are talking about critical biological necessities here. Think hormone production, maintaining healthy cell structure, supporting your brain health, and actually allowing your body to absorb those crucial fat-soluble vitamins, A, D, E, and K. Without dietary fat, your body literally just cannot run optimally. So when you're standing in the grocery aisle staring at dozens of cooking oils, butter, and ghee, it shouldn't be a moment of anxiety, right? It should be a moment of empowerment. Today, we're doing a masterclass in both kitchen utility and nutrition science to help you figure out exactly which one of these fats you should be reaching for, and, most importantly, exactly why.
Now, what are you actually choosing between? Well, the difference between these popular fats isn't just about cultural traditions or flavor preferences. It actually comes down to molecular structure. We've got to start by understanding the chemical families, but don't worry, we won't get bogged down in organic chemistry. On a fundamental level, we are looking at saturated versus unsaturated fats. Unsaturated fats, which are typically your liquids at room temperature, like olive oil, avocado oil, and various nut and seed oils, contain monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats. These are highly celebrated for their long-term health benefits. On the flip side, we have our saturated fats. These are your solids and semi-solids at room temp. Think butter, ghee, and coconut oil. Their molecular structure makes them incredibly stable, which is a massive advantage when we apply heat in the kitchen, even if nutritionists advise we consume them in mindful moderation.
So let's put this molecular science into actual practice, starting with ghee. Ghee is essentially clarified butter, but what does that actually mean for your cooking? Well, it means the milk solids and water have been completely cooked off and removed. And by getting rid of those milk solids, you fundamentally change the physical properties of the fat. This introduces us to one of the absolute most important concepts in culinary science, the smoke point. Because those delicate solids are long gone, ghee boasts a massive heat tolerance. We're talking soaring well over 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius. This makes ghee the absolute champion for high heat cooking. If you want to get a perfect aggressive sear on a steak or fry something up without burning your fat and creating a terrible cloud of toxic smoke in your kitchen, ghee is absolutely your go-to powerhouse.
Let's move to and see how this builds, because then we have standard butter, and butter behaves completely differently in the pan. Unlike ghee, standard butter still retains all of its natural milk solids and water. Now, those components are what give butter its incredibly rich, universally beloved flavor, right? But they also create a serious limitation when it comes to heat. Because of those retained solids, butter has a much lower smoke point, maxing out right around 300 to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So if you try to sear a piece of meat in regular butter on high heat, those milk solids will quickly burn, they'll oxidize, and honestly, they'll just ruin the flavor of your dish. So its ideal usage is strictly medium to low heat. It's perfect for baking, gentle everyday sautéing, scrambling some eggs, or finishing sauces completely off the heat, where you really want that luxurious flavor profile to shine without scorching it. Rounding out our big three here is olive oil, which brings us squarely back into the realm of unsaturated fats. Specifically, olive oil is a monounsaturated fat, or a MUFA, which is widely celebrated for promoting heart health and delivering a really rich dose of antioxidants. But here is the thing. Not all olive oil is created equal. And this brings up the absolutely crucial difference between refined and cold-pressed oils. Extra virgin olive oil, that's raw, it's unrefined, and it's cold-pressed. It is incredibly delicate and packed with flavor, meaning it inherently has a lower smoke point. So it should generally be saved for raw finishing, salad dressings, or very low-heat cooking. On the other hand, refined olive oil has been processed to strip out some of those impurities. This results in a much more neutral flavor and a higher smoke point that can easily handle your everyday medium to high heat sautéing.
You see, the dilemma we often face in the kitchen isn't just about picking a flavor, it's about avoiding critical cooking mistakes. The real stress comes from accidentally ruining your fats through heat, light, and oxygen. This is a destructive process known as oxidation or rancidity. When we misunderstand our ingredients, we push them way past their chemical limits. I mean, if your oil starts smoking in the pan, it isn't just getting hot, it is fundamentally breaking down. It's forming a harmful compound called acrolein, it's losing literally all of its beneficial antioxidants, and it's taking on this harsh, bitter taste. The true solution here? It's mastering heat levels. It's about perfectly matching the fat to the cooking method. Just like you wouldn't use a delicate raw extra virgin olive oil to deep fry, you absolutely wouldn't use high-heat ghee to dress a delicate summer salad.
Now, our source material for this explainer today is from the Times of India, and it beautifully frames this entire debate right in its headline: ghee versus butter versus olive oil, choosing the right fat and understanding why moderation matters. It's such a great reminder that while ghee, butter, and olive oil can all play a healthy, delicious role in your diet, we also need to be fiercely aware of what isn't on the table. What we are strictly avoiding here are trans fats. We're talking about industrial hydrogenated oils like margarine or Vanasati, and crucially, reused deep frying oils. Listen, when you repeatedly heat and cool the exact same oil, you are generating oxidized compounds and harmful trans fats that offer absolutely zero nutritional value. And honestly, they pose serious long-term health risks. So remember, quality matters just as much as variety.
So what does this all mean? How do we actually practice this principle of moderation in a practical, everyday sense? Well, think of it as a quick reference guide for your kitchen rotation. Moderation doesn't just mean eating less. It means rotating your fats based on what you're cooking to maintain a healthy lipid profile. You utilize those saturated fats, like butter and ghee, for their incredible stability and high heat tolerance, enjoying them in, you guessed it, moderation. Then you lean heavily on your unsaturated fats, like olive oil, for your daily medium and low heat cooking. By balancing these chemical families, you get the absolute best of both worlds. You get the high-performance utility you need to properly cook a great meal and the diverse nutritional profile your body actually requires to thrive. Before you head back to the kitchen, let's lock in the golden rules of storage, because honestly, how you treat your fats before you cook is just as important as how you heat them. The ultimate enemies of fat are heat, light, and oxygen. So please do not store that expensive, delicate olive oil right next to the hot stove. Buy your delicate oils in dark glass or tin containers, keep them in a cool, dark pantry, and never ever reuse oil that is already smoked or turned dark. Protect your ingredients and they will protect your health. Now I want to hear from you. What is your go-to everyday cooking fat? Let us know in the comments below and tell us if you want a deep dive on butter versus ghee next.